Have you ever felt like an option in the life of someone who should be treating you as a priority? That subtle but constant feeling that you're always more available, more interested, more invested than he is? You plan your evening around the possibility of him calling. You pass up doing something for yourself because he might need you, and your mood rises and falls with the amount of attention he gives you. If this sounds familiar, then today's message is perhaps the most important one you'll ever hear about relationships. We've been taught by society and by fairy tales that to be loved, women need to be devoted, available, that they need to give themselves completely. And today, I'm here to tell you that this is perhaps the biggest lie we've ever been told, and it's the silent reason why so many relationships lose admiration and respect. What most women do when they feel this distance is make the same fatal mistake. They try harder. They love harder, they demand more, they try to fill the space with more presence, more messages, more proofs of love, not realizing that, in the psychology of attraction, this is the exact formula for disaster. Today, I'm not talking about games or manipulation. I'm talking about a power shift. I'm talking about the 3 habits of the high-value woman, the woman a man not only loves, but has a healthy fear of losing. And if you stay with me until the end, the 3rd habit I'll reveal is the most counterintuitive of all, and it's the one that, once applied, changes the dynamic of the relationship forever. Before I dive into the 1st habit, we need to understand a fundamental principle of human nature. We only value what we're afraid to lose. Think about anything valuable in your life: your health, your time, your loved ones. Their value is intrinsically linked to the awareness that they are not infinite. In a relationship, when a woman becomes infinitely available, 100% predictable, and her happiness depends entirely on the man, she unintentionally communicates to him that her value is low. She becomes abundant, a given. And what is a given, no matter how essential, is rarely celebrated. She becomes the daily bread, not the special feast. The high-value woman understands this instinctively. She doesn't derive her value from him, she generates her own value. And this leads us directly to the 1st habit, which is the foundation of everything. The 1st habit of the woman he's afraid to lose is that she obsessively cultivates her secret garden. Imagine your life as a large plot of land. The woman who feels like an option allows her entire plot to be occupied by the relationship. Every flower bed, every tree, every space is dedicated to him. The secret garden is a space on that land that is exclusively yours. It is a place where you cultivate something you are passionate about, that fulfills you, that defines you, and that has absolutely nothing to do with him. It could be your career, a volunteer project, your spirituality, an art, a sport, your group of friends, your journey of self-discovery. It is a domain where you are the sovereign queen. When you have a secret garden, 2 magical things happen. First, you fill yourself with an energy that doesn't depend on his validation. Your happiness is no longer in his hands, waiting for him to water you. You have your own water source. You become self-sufficient in terms of value and purpose. And second, and here's the secret few women understand, you create mystery and a healthy challenge. A man doesn't fall for a woman he has completely conquered. He falls and stays in love with the woman he feels he needs to keep conquering every day, not because she plays games, but because her world is so rich and interesting that he's afraid of being left out. He doesn't want to own your garden. He wants to be the guest of honor to walk through it. He starts to wonder, what is she doing? What gives her that sparkle in her eyes? He realizes you have a whole universe going on, and your relationship is a vital and celebrated part of that universe, but it is not the entire universe. And it is this independence that generates a deep level of respect and admiration. He admires your strength, your passion, your individuality. And admiration is the soil where the healthy fear of losing you flourishes. Now, I know what you might be thinking right now.
That's beautiful in theory, but I don't have time. My life is the kids, the house, work, him. Where am I going to find time for a secret garden? And that is the objection that keeps so many women trapped in the cycle of being devalued. You need to understand that cultivating your garden isn't a luxury. It's a strategic necessity for the health of your relationship. This isn't about finding 10 hours a week. It's about reclaiming 1 hour. 1 hour a week that is sacred. 1 hour where you turn off wife mode, mom mode, and turn on me mode. In that hour, you will read a book, take an online class, walk in nature, have a coffee alone, call a friend, and forbid the topic of relationships. It is a deliberate act of telling the universe, yourself, and indirectly him, I am important. My soul needs to be nourished. When you start treating your time and your energy as precious resources, he will start to as well. And this leads us directly to the second habit, which is perhaps the most powerful and the most misunderstood of all. The second habit of the high-value woman is that she masters the art of active receiving. What is that? The woman who feels like an option lives in a mode of reactive neediness. She is constantly measuring what he does or doesn't do, and her emotions react to it. If he sends a text, her day is good. If he doesn't, her day is bad. If he plans a date, she's happy. If he forgets, she's frustrated and demanding. Her energy is always a function of his action or inaction. The high-value woman reverses this flow. She operates in a mode of active receiving. She has clear, healthy standards for what is acceptable in a relationship, but she doesn't spend her energy making demands. Instead, she massively rewards the behavior she wants to see. When he does something right, no matter how small, he does the dishes without being asked, gives you a compliment, remembers something important, she turns him into the hero of the day. She doesn't just say, thank you. She says, wow, thank you so much for doing that. It means the world to me. You made my day so much lighter. She uses genuine positive reinforcement. With this, she subconsciously trains him to associate investing in her with a feeling of success and admiration. Men are driven by a desire to win and to be admired. When he realizes that doing things for you makes him feel like a winner in your eyes, he will want to do more. On the other hand, if his behavior falls below her standards, she doesn't switch into demand mode. She simply withdraws her positive energy. She doesn't argue, she doesn't yell. She remains calm, perhaps a bit more distant, focused on her secret garden. The absence of her positive energy is more powerful than any lecture. He notices the vacuum. He feels that he has lost the connection to the vibrant, happy woman he admires, and this forces him to reflect on his own behavior to win back access to that energy. She doesn't punish him. She simply demonstrates with her actions that her best energy is a prize reserved for those who treat her with the value she deserves. This isn't a game. It's self-worth in action. And this connects me to the third and most important habit, the turning point that separates the women who are options from the women who are irreplaceable priorities. The third habit of the high-value woman is that she communicates from a place of sovereignty, not scarcity. Let's be practical. A woman operating from scarcity when she's unhappy attacks and accuses. Her language is, "You never take me out. You don't care about me anymore. You only think about work." This communication, though born from real pain, is received by the man as a personal attack. His shields go up, his mind shuts down, and the conversation turns into a battle of accusations that leads nowhere. The high-value woman, the queen of her own kingdom, never speaks from this place. She communicates from a place of sovereignty over her own feelings and needs. Her language is different. Instead of attacking, she expresses her reality and sets a boundary. For example, instead of, "You never take me out," she says, calmly and firmly, "I feel so much more connected and happy when we have quality time just for us outside the house. I miss that, and it's something I need to feel good in our relationship. How can we make that happen this week? Do you see the difference? The first is an accusation that demands a defense. The second is an expression of a feeling and a need, which invites collaboration. She isn't blaming him, she is stating what she needs for her kingdom, and by extension, their kingdom, to thrive. She doesn't say, "You have to change." She says, "This is what I need." This gives him a clear choice. Either he makes an effort to meet her need to maintain the connection with this incredible woman, or he chooses not to, and she, as a sovereign queen who values herself, will have the strength to make her own decisions about a relationship that doesn't meet her minimum requirements. A man does not respect the tears of neediness, but he deeply respects the calm strength of a woman
who knows her own value and is not afraid to communicate her needs clearly and without drama. So, to recap the 3 habits, first, build your secret garden. Have a life, a passion, a purpose that sets you on fire with or without him. Second, practice active receiving. Massively reward the behavior you want to see and withdraw your positive energy from the behavior that doesn't serve you. And third, communicate from sovereignty. Express your needs, not your complaints. Talk about yourself, not about him. These are not one-week tactics. They are the foundation of a new mindset. It's the journey to stop being the woman waiting for his attention and to become the woman whose attention he is afraid to lose. It's about ceasing to be a citizen in his kingdom and becoming the sovereign queen of your own, a kingdom so fascinating that he will do anything to be the king beside you. The transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with a decision. The decision to stop focusing on him and start focusing on yourself. And that, ironically, is the most powerful thing you can do for him and for your relationship. If this message has brought you clarity and you're ready to start building your own kingdom, I want you to tell me in the comments below, what is the first plant you will cultivate in your secret garden this week? Will it be reading a book, calling a friend, starting that online course? Your public commitment can inspire another woman who needs to hear this today. And if this video helped you, please give it a like, as that tells YouTube this is a valuable message more women need to hear. And of course, subscribe to the Real Love School channel so you don't miss the next video in our High Value Woman cluster, where I'll dive even deeper into these strategies. Together, we'll learn to not just be loved, but to be truly irreplaceable.